We're going to start off by putting the team that's number one, and that is G2. In my eyes, G2 is number one because coming into the tournament, I think there are some teams that match up very poorly stylistically. And I think when I look at G2, I don't think there's a particular opponent that they should fear. I think past IG and past IG is something they should have feared because it seemed like IG just had too much firepower to deal with. Mechanically, IG just seemed to be on a whole nother level than any other team. But now G2 has formed and IG has slumped up and everything kind of collapsed. And G2, I feel, is their own worst enemy. And coming into the tournament, I think G2 is not a clear favorite. I think it's very unfair to say clear favorite. But they are one of the favorites, for sure. And I think G2 matches up stylistically against all of the teams very, very well. And I think G2 and Fnatic have something called an explosive European top 2 mid game. Oh, thank you so much, GSC Venom. Welcome to the gang. I thought you subscribed yesterday, man. What happened? An explosive European top 2 mid game. That's a big strength. They have the ability to play in any meta, which is a massive strength coming into the tournament, considering you don't know what the meta will be. They can adapt, they can even create the meta. Thing is, a big strength that both Fnatic and G2 will have is how they utilize Yuumi. Yuumi has been nerfed and is no longer super fancy when you play it with like Ezreal Yuumi, for example, or Sivir Yuumi. All of these AD carries that people like to play with Yuumi have been nerfed quite extensively. So basically, as we're going to put Ezreal Yuumi here, Ezreal Yuumi, Sivir Yuumi, nerfed. So both Ezreal and Sivir got nerfed and Yuumi got nerfed in the AD matchups. Basically, like the counters to Yuumi are heavier and you need to be willing to play the more creative lanes with Yuumi. So Yuumi is a big one and it's a big strength here, which a lot of teams are going to continue to ban against G2. The biggest weakness that G2 has is variance in level. That's the biggest weakness. Endercast is here. Where is he? Oh, it's my favorite streamer and third favorite coach. Who's the other two? How did you get Morgan Freeman's voice? Stay in school and eat your frickin' beans. So I think Yuumi, like you can still play it with Lucian, right? Lucian is still a champ, but let's say that there's Zed, Pyke, Garen, and whatever else shit I didn't think of, you know? Whatever other crap I didn't think of. So this is a big strength as well. Very, very big strength. Mechanical level to rival anyone. I think this is a very, very big strength. And we'll notice that as we proceed down the list. An explosive European top 2 mid game. I want to elaborate a bit further on this, is that both LPO and LCK struggle between 10 to 15, and I mean 10 to 20 even, because their supports and junglers haven't really mastered how to use Fog. And I think that this is something that Mickey and Jankos and Hirisang and Broxah do better than anyone all over the world. And this is a big reason why their mid game is so much faster, because they're actually using Fog of War. Many times you see SKT or like Clid, Karsa, they're showing on the mid wave. They're in the mindset that they need to get mid prio. But the thing is, the only thing you need in order to pressure something is the threat. Pretty much imagine I'm holding a gun, right? If I have my hand in my jacket like this, right? I'm having my gun in my jacket like this, and I tell you I have a gun, give me your money. Most of the time, people are not going to take that risk, right? Sometimes they do. Sometimes you take a calculated risk. You see there's a police officer right there. He's your jungler. You can contest. Sure, there are some risks that you can take. But using vision and using fog in order to create plays and finding people to catch off guard makes it much easier to actually impact your mid game. And the problem with LPL and the LCK is that they are playing with so little variance in the mid game that everything is so predictable. Basically, a team pushes mid, they rotate into a side, and they come back into mid, they show 3 people on the wave. They are not using the fog as well as the European teams. And I think this is what causes the mid game to be so stale, because the teams are still really, really freaking good. SKT, you have Damwon, you have FPX, RNG. They are really, really good, so they're not going to fall for this basic fundamental play where people push and get prio and move into some space. That's why it slows down so much, because the team that is on the back foot knows how to defend. And I think this is a very, very important point and something we should look out for, because if the LPL and the LCK manages to adapt to this, I think all of a sudden Europe doesn't look like the big favorite as they are coming into this tournament. Now, big favorite is unfair to say, but a favorite because of this one big strength. But it's much easier said than done. This is something that Hili-sang and Mickey, they've practiced for a very long time to master. And even in this type of playstyle, there is a lot of room to screw some shit up, you know? You die, you face check something wrong. There is a very fine line where you need to understand when the enemy is capable of contesting, when they're not capable of contesting, when you can fake it. A very good example is, for example, Game 5 SKT versus G2 MSI, which is a very fantastic game, a beautiful game, beautiful piece of macro that G2 showcased, but at the same time they showcased what kind of a thin line they are always walking on in order to achieve what they are achieving. And it also highlights the stress on SKT dealing with something that is so different and new. So this is a very, very unique game, and this is something that I recommend. Okay. Please raise your mic. What you mean, raise your mic? This is not good. Okay, so this was team number 1. Team number 2 is SK Telecom. Because once again, I don't think SKT have a poor matchup besides a very full-fledged G2. So SKT have Faker. Yeah, also massive strength. Potentially the best 2-2 mid jungle in the tournament. So something that's so great about SKT and you know, this meme about LCK playing slow is that their early game is not slow. Sometimes their early game is much faster than in other regions because of how they draft. They play a lot of Elise, they play a lot of Jace. They don't slow down in the early game at all. And that's super huge. Super huge. this is something that gives you an instant edge in any game, because if you can play centrally in the early game, then you can control the whole map. Mid lane is so OP because the wave crashes first there. In other lanes it crashes after. If you push mid, hover into specific sides, you can pressure weak matchups, you can help Khan and Teddy and Effort to impact the game. Another thing is that's turning into strength. Khan and Effort are actually playing good. So this is something that people like to highlight, that Khan is a dirty inter, but it's still a question mark, because Khan internationally is still an unproven product. We saw in 2017, Long Zhu Khan rated as best player coming into the tournament. Hashtag Dade Award. Okay, so this could be an issue, but Khan played very well in playoffs. I was considering putting him in top 20 just because of that. Khan is a very strong top laner, and Effort is actually playing the game. So Mata is cursed or something, I don't know. It was awful to see him play like that, because honestly, it's rough, you know. I don't know. He's cursed. People are talking about Fiora, but Fiora buffs are really whatever. I don't give a shit about Fiora buffs. They are really, really overhyped. So she can kill wards and push turrets faster. That doesn't shift any of the matchups that were shit. That's a problem, you know? Her matchups, a lot of them are still really, really bad and unplayable in many. She's still going to be used as a counter for those that can play her, meaning Khan or the Shy, but it's really whatever, you know? Wunder is not gonna blind pick Kled. So it's the same mechanical level to rival anyone, I believe. I think Teddy, Effort, Khan, Klid, Faker is a very strong tournament. I meant. They are very, very strong mechanically, individually, and this is something that shouldn't be unnoticed. Another thing is, I think they are LCK teams are ahead of the curve in terms of top lane meta. I think LCK teams have understood the top lane meta way better than a lot of other regions. For example, we saw a finals where Wunder was blind picking Kled. The matchup we were seeing was Kled and Jax, and this is, this is G2 adapting to Fnatic, right, and trying to abuse their mistakes. But this would not fly at all. This would not fly at all against the Korean teams, right? A top lane like Nemesis would struggle against the Korean teams because they are willing to play a wide variety of champions and willing to play around it, willing to play Elise, willing to pick very strong blind picks, like the Jace, like the Renekton. Sure, Bwipo plays Renekton, but Bwipo's go-to blind pick in a lot of cases has been Aatrox and Gangplank. You don't fucking have the guts to pick Gangplank blind against players that have an excellent Vladimir. You know, Bwipo gets away with a lot in Europe because he can trust his Gangplank to get him through a lot of games, and he has a very good Gangplank. But I will be very scared to pick GP blind against the Shy or Khan or Nuguri. This is super, super hard. Has tournament favorite ever won Worlds? Yes, 2 times. SK Telecom. So, Weak mid game, I would say, in comparison to EU. Lack creativity. Very fundamental based team. Strong. Might be strongest teamfight team at Worlds. Okay. Why the shutters down? Because when I raise them, it creates a glare that goes right into the camera, and then you won't see me. So SKT really play to the basics on point, on fucking point, you know? They play to the basics, meaning that they pressure from one point, they pressure into the other point. They know and understand their timings. They're not going to give away a lot in the early game. They're going to play around their timings. They're going to team fight very well. The way you shock this is that you create a big, massive mix-up in draft. And that's why I think G2 can match up well against them, and that's why I put them first. Next team, FPX. So the reason I wrote potentially the best 2v2 mid and jungle can rival 2v2 mid of SKT, Tian and Doinby. So this is a very strong point. This is not necessarily in the eye of SKT only. It is stylistically against a lot of other teams. This is how they can create an advantage. So this is a really big one. 2v2 mid. I'm a big proponent of 2v2 mid. Also, I think Crisp is a massive strength. Honestly, the reason I put him so high on my own list is he's been super consistent. Throughout the regular season, he was an absolute monster. He does so much for FPX, and the reason he was higher than Mickey on my list, I only put 2 supports, is because he's been more consistent as of recently. Mickey definitely has the capability and the level and the possibility to be better, but Crisp in more recent competition has been better. A big question mark here for, of course, FPX is FPX have gotten figured out many times in playoffs. Very dominant in regular split and have fallen short in playoffs. They lack international experience, mechanical capability to match anyone as well. There is no clear weakness in this team. Maybe potentially Gimgoon champion pool, question mark. GP, Morder. Let's see. Maybe there's a flaw there. Potential flaw. Potential. You looking sleepy as fuck? No. Oh, I look sleepy? I think I look beautiful. So this is a very big deal as well. Gimgoon champion pool, you know, when he's playing Gangplank or Mortar, then he looks like one of the best top laners in the world. What happens when he doesn't? That's a rough one. What guitar is that in the background? It's a Fender, the Jimi Hendrix edition. So there's a potential flaw. FPX is a team at very creative mid laner. Doesn't play meta champs, and a lot of them have been nerfed. Silas, Corki, Kali, Azir. So this is what people played the whole season, right? Silas, Corki, Kali, Azir. But it was something that Doinby always worked around. And he has his own champion pool, and FPX can be very, very painful to prepare against because they're so different from any other team. Very different from other teams. Massive strength in BO1. I think FPX, I think they could potentially be the best group stage team. In my opinion, best group stage team we have. Doinby does play Kiana. So Doinby does play Kiana. Plays Kiana. Let's put that in there. LWX, like any other Kaiser one trick, question mark. Well, WX is a great Kaiser, but there are many great Kaisers. You know, it's hard for me to rate LWX. LWX is still a bit of a question mark for me. Still very, very strong player. I think the highlights of this team are definitely elsewhere. But it is fantastic that Doinby can play his roaming style. His style where he likes to pressure the map through mid lane. They play all together. They have very strong bot laners, strong top laners that they can transition their gold and pressure into, and it gives them a good position. All right. Why does G2 have no weakness? Well, the biggest weakness I feel is variance in level. It's a very, very big one. So we can elaborate that more. Poor showing in BO5 versus Fnatic. Many basic mistakes. If they show in the same form, they will maybe not even make it out of groups. No? So G2, I can speak more about G2, and they have the ability to create the meta, the ability to play in any meta. They don't give a shit. They know, I think, Fnatic improved a shit ton. Fnatic definitely improved a shit ton. But G2, you know, when we're looking at G2 and how they played as a team, they still showed a lot of strengths. They showed a lot of strengths in their best of 5 against Fnatic. They managed to survive the Fnatic onslaught when they were behind. And the biggest problems that everyone has still is like the mistakes in lane that, for example, Caps and Mickey did. And this is something that needs to be filtered out, you know, because their lane phase is supposed to be a strength. And then I think a big question mark is here, in comparison to the other teams, is what is going on with G2 2v2 mid. What is going on with G2 2v2 mid? Is it a thing? Because this is something we saw very little of. Perks is a proven ADC. At MSI he was a question mark, but now he's a big strength coming into the tournament. He is dangerous. If Mickey's in form, Perks and Mickey can be one of the best bot lanes in the world. Easily. Easily. Legit, their mid game is crazy. G2 mid game is absolutely nuts. But I'm going to continue. I think I made enough points about G2. I can talk about G2 for a very long time, but this list is going to be very long. 4. So 4 is a very tough one, because 4 comes with a lot of questions. 4, originally I had planned to put Fnatic. And the reason why I hesitate is because I see a world where IG and Damwon cause them a lot of problems. So, Fnatic strengths. Mid-game, beautiful. Baron control needs improvement. This is G2. Look rough some games. So they snowball and spread pressure very, very well. Meaning they get a kill somewhere, they will convert that into something always. They will create a situation where they pressure the whole map. They pressure the whole map, and they do this through the roams of Hylissang. They do it through Roxas play. As a team, they function very, very well together. That's why it's sometimes hard to highlight who is the best player on that team. I think Reckless is most clutch and most consistent, and that's why I value him the highest on Fnatic. But probably the second best player would be Hylissang, because of the support pool we have at the tournament is not as amazing as in the AD carry role. I do believe they snowball and spread pressure very well. Level 1 shenanigans. Honestly, this is something that I think a lot of people might view as a joke, but the ability to do something crazy and in the level 1, already that plants a seed in the enemy mind that they need to be fearful. I misspelled shenanigans? Well, sucks. I'm gonna keep it this way. This is my way of calling shenanigani. 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 Shenaniganis. It's a massive strength because it really plants a seed in the enemy mind. So honestly, we're going to remove this number because this feels off to me. Let's think about Fnatic a bit more here. So we have level 1 Shenanigans. I think Broxa versus top tier jungler looks a lot weaker. He seems to be a player that preys on worse junglers. I think this is a weakness. View Jankos versus Broxa finals. Broxa champion pool could be a potential issue? Question mark. Because this is a big question mark too. So we have Lee Sin, Elise, and Gragas. Because Silas jungle is nerfed, but lucky Broxa. Snowballs very well. If he gets advantage, he snowballs crazy good. Okay, sure. people writing Nocturne Ivern, if you want to call that a champion pool. Okay. Another strength which we will put up here for clarity is Twisted Fate. Honestly, if you want to loot, you give them Twisted Fate. Nemesis Twisted Fate is dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Whew. Nemesis Twisted Fate. Ooh, thing of beauty. Very, very nice. No, we're gonna put the weaknesses here. No Kiana. Will you upload your notes anywhere on the internet? Find them really helpful at casting prep. Maguire? Who are you, Maguire? MacGyver? You can, I will upload them, sure. I'll put them in the description of the video that I will upload together with this. Yeah, just fucking, let's ride this. Globals. Globals, globals, globals. Polsat Games Custom. Zniszczony. Ja pierdolę. Ja nie umiem pamiętać imię w ogóle. Za trudno. To jest MacGyver. No, przepraszam. Reckless seems to be in form. History against RNG, will it show? Okay. Next one in line is Wipo. Aatrox nerfed. Every top laner worth his salt plays GP counters. Reckless is great because he converts leads into victories. And the Steve know how to set him up. So Bwipo, I think, is good in counter matchups. Jax took red. So if how does tab help me here? Yeah. Oh, I mean like. Whoa. So I think Bwipo plays very well in counter matchups. He knows how to pressure his matchup, but in weaker matchups, I think he struggles. I think in many games where he falls behind, he becomes a big liability and dies a lot. Poor in counter matchup. So this is why I said put IG and Damwon in parentheses, because I think these players or these teams could find and exploit a lot of these weaknesses that Fnatic have. Fnatic. I wrote the same thing twice. Aatrox nerfed every top laner with his soul plays GP counters. Nuguri the Shy Khan, Vladimir question mark. Bwipo strong in counter matchup, poor in counter matchup. Well, what I meant was in bad matchup. I think Nemesis is rock solid. Doesn't die to any gank. Plays most patient player at the World Championship. In the right meta, Nemesis can be very good. Casio, TF, Orky potentially. Looked a lot worse on team fight assassins in later part of game. Kassadin? Guys, everyone can play Kassadin. His Kassadin is not special. C Akari and BU5s versus G2. Or even Silas. Oof, was big oof. Silas. Oof. Oof. Bruh. So this is a big, some questions here. I think another strength for Fnatic, great mind for the game and great understanding of their weaknesses. I think their coaching staff and the idea they have about the game is very, very good. I think it's they understand their draft and they improve very rapidly. So I believe we're going to have improved between in a week's time. This is it too. And beat easy. I expect them to become stronger. So I'm considering putting Fnatic 4th, but I think they could struggle against IG and Damwon. Fnatic no issues. I've explained plenty of issues. It's quite confusing, you know, when people come in and I'm trying to create this story about the teams, and I've mentioned a lot of things. It's hard when people come in and ask the questions at the wrong timing. When what about RNG? We're going to go through the teams. Relax. We're going to go through the teams. Mic so low. Is that how you spell detriment? Do you think that not doing bootcamp in Korea will hurt G2 and Fnatic? No, it will help them. My microphone costs a lot of money. Could you do a recap for us that just joined? No, I'm sorry. There's always going to be people that just joined, so it's unfair. I'm sorry. So let's talk about RNG. I think Hylissang is not creative. No. You have to see the way he engages and the way he pressures some of the best players in the world. He really gets into the minds of the best players in the world because he uses all space that is given to him. It's not as simple as, oh, I have Fry on bottom, I'm going to roam into mid lane. You know, then people would put some wards down and just kill him when he comes in to go, you know? He finds space consistently finds space to engage against players that think much further about the game than you do. No offense. And these players understand exactly how champions function, understand exactly what space they need to be at, but still he finds ways, you know? Playing against Hylissang is a different level of pressure, honestly. When he plays Rakan, or when he plays supers that can engage, he finds unique angles and he breaks the pattern of what you consider to be normal. So basically, oh, Rakan should be showing on mid. No, he's not showing up. Where is Rakan? Oh, we have no mid tower? Oh, look at all this space that he can work with. All of a sudden, he's in your mind. You need to play safer. You play back. Oh, I'm playing back. What's happening? Please do some ASMR. I give you 20 euros per video. Oh, come on. It says Ivan. Nocturne Ivan. RNG. RNG, RNG, RNG. So RNG, they have Uzi. Uzi has ability to make makes good ADCs look worse. Uzi Ming. Uzi Ming is a monster with resources. Zhao Hu, rough finals, sometimes runs it down, but overall very great summer. He make bad ADC look good. Yarnan. Oh. Uzi is not a monster, it's just that his teammates are told to play around him, give him all the farm and stuff. You know, not true. Not true, my boy. Not true. Not true, my boy. My boy. Stop reading top Reddit comments, my boy, and shaping your entire opinion around this thing that is called the top comment of Reddit, my boy. My goodness. My goodness. In the past, it was true. In the past, it was true back in Season 2 when RNG, well, at the time... Was it RNG? Season 3 when Uzi played his first World Finals. He was playing with 4 players that were absolutely rubbish. And at the time, they all knew, given the resources. There was a time where there was an ardent meta at the World Championship where the team was like, Jesus Maria, we need to give our ADC and our support the time of their life, because this is just... what needs to happen because of the meta. Coming into the World Championship last year, RNG was heralded as the potential team to take it all because they made it work with their style, and many teams and regions copied them because they assumed we're coming into the World Championship with a meta that revolves around bot lane. To summarize RNG as a team, to say that they're only playing around Uzi is too simplified. It's too simplified and makes them... it's almost criminal to say that this is the case. Let Me was a big problem for RNG coming into 2018. Very unreliable. Didn't know how to play in terms of staying behind and making sure, yeah, my team is going to carry if this and this happens. And in 2018, sure, maybe it rings true what you're saying, that every resource was given into Uzi. 2018 might have been true. But RNG currently, in their current form, they have a fantastic fantastic top laner. They have a fantastic top laner. The player you might remember as Lang X. He was the player called Xiao Al in the past. And he was really good on Suning Gaming. Lang is a player that is no longer a weakness, no longer a tragedy in the top lane for RNG. You know what the irony? Look at this, okay? Look at this game. So we have we have RNG versus Vit. So look at this beauty of the game. Group stage 5.
Helping hard carry his team is someone that I think you want to keep putting resources into, keep giving him counter pick. He is delivering with his pocket.
Pan out to that line
Okay.
of scrimmage. We'll have to see if this aggressive team of Vitality can get at that any early information to make the early moves and try and get under the skin of RNG.
Look at this.
Aftershock on both Lissandra as well.
Look at this.
Of course, your support Gragas.
This game is hilarious. Okay. So we were doing some shenanigans here. Cabo is steeping top with originating. Yeah. Fun. Okay. First dive onto bot lane. Karsa on the top side. Map is divided. We dive. And a disaster. Jack Troll gets W'd. This was us dividing the map and then diving, yeah? And then... So this was the first disaster. After, look, Ryze and Xin Zhao, prio mid lane, go into bottom. Another gank. Draven Trash against Gragas Kai'Sa. Also not so fun lane for Kai'Sa. And then next. Oh, this is... Yeah, let me. He's the enter. Now, once again, Ryze roaming into bot. Roaming into bot. Roaming into bot. And Sion ulting on bot. Look at this. We're ulting onto bot. We are ulting into bot. And yeah, Jackdaw died again. And then Kick is dead. Sucks, guys. My point is, with showing this VOD, is that it's not as simple as saying, oh, we're giving Uzi resources. It's much more complicated than that. Like in this game, we are using everything that is in our arsenal to try to fuck Uzi, but it's not possible. It's not possible. How do we find our way in? How do we make Draven cash out? Because that's the goal, right? Look, we're trying to do a lane gag with Jack Troll Flash, but Kikis got spotted. That was attempt number 80. And another one. Kikis stepping into the river. There's a pink. And here Lissandra has prio, so here we are trolling, obviously. Here we deserve to die, but it worked. Now, the most hilarious part about all of this story that I'm showcasing here, is the Raven and Thresh are stepping onto mid. They still didn't show. We did a play where we are cashing out. Rift Herald is popping. And then look Just get 1000 gold from Let Me. it's just hilarious. This is just hilarious. Nevertheless, my point is proven. I don't want to summarize Uzi to a simply and like simply put as saying, oh, they just give him resources. No, Uzi is a fantastic player. Bad top. Bad top indeed. So now, this time around, they have a player that is quite good. You know? Quite good. Xiao Al or Lang X or Xiao Al is pretty good. Honestly, pretty good. Not let me. I'm a fan of Xiao. I think he's great. RNG don't play quite structured. Have shown willingness to play differently. So Queen Uzi, for example. And play into Langas. Considering RNG come from a region that's heralded as a complete party of a league, they play quite structured, strong team fighting, and insane bot lane. Honestly, it's. I just think their bot lane is super scary. They are very, very smart. Anything that's been like Uzi Ming always have been fantastic. I think that's the biggest strength of RNG. I think to highlight a weakness, RNG's coach is Steak. I think Cards is better than LSG. So what would you say is the weakness of RNG? The weakness of RNG, I think over reliance on specific picks. Shit. I'm trying to remember why they lost against FPX. Honestly, something that was worrying for me, honestly, I felt like Ming and Jahu heavily underperformed in the series against Mid. I'm going 2v2. I've seen occasions where it's been good. That's the thing. I've seen scenarios where Karsa and Jahu together dominate the whole map. But in terms of playoffs, Yo, what the fuck? It's a fucking Heroes of the Storm game in my video. Let's do some ads. Okay, right now, let's press ads. Alright, I'm pressing ads. Actually, this game they should have won. I forgot. That is really fucked up. Fucking pulled the wave. Ming is demoted. Nah, I'm kidding. This is not a mistake. You judge. Hey, muffin, cookie. Let's go, baby. Let's eat. They should have won that game. What a troll game. Number 4. I then end rank. And then fucking Jahu with his. How can you win the game with this Nico? I ended that on midwave. And Doinb is losing the 1v1. Normal, because enemy has. No matter what troll build he has, you know, if he has fucking this much armor, he's going to win. Nash for RNG if they want? Can you force Nash? He's getting caught so many times. Exists. What is fucking series, man? Team fighting is nothing special. Honestly, the more and more I think about RNG, the less hyped I am about them. Maybe the guy in chat was right. Maybe they are just a one-dimensional team. Will you post the ratings public? Yeah. I'm making a VOD and I'm gonna post it on YouTube, yes. Anyway. Damwon Gaming. So, Cannon has ran it down some games. I think Nuguri, Canyon, and Showmaker have the potential to be the best in the role. I think this is an argument to be made. I think Damwon, Dark Horse, similar to IG last year, they have the potential to have the best top 3v3 at the World Championship with these three players. They don't focus much on mid 2v2, and I think that's a weakness that both Showmaker and Chovy showed. That honestly, they play very isolated, meaning they are very good at playing their lane matchups, but whenever there's more moving pieces, it tends to look worse for both Griffin and Damwon around the mid lane. 2v2 top looks wonderful. If they can get ahead here, they snowball very well. They invade the mini jungle. Canyon takes the game away and knows how to snowball that into mid with his lead. I think this is something that is very dangerous and where Damwon looks the best. Where they can invade top side, Canyon can get rolling. He has very good understanding of how to snowball through top. Know how to snowball through top. Bot lane, have they gotten away with murder? Every game Naguri, Showmaker pull bans, and bot lane played same champs all the time. So we have make some research here. We can take a look. We have Barrel. Let's see how many champions he played during the regular split or this tournament, summer playoffs. Oof. Regional finals. 3 games, 1-1. Okay, Alistar. LCK Summer. 10 games Tankenge, 8 games Ali, Rakan. He played a decent amount of champs, but Yumi 2 games. Yeah. Let's take a look at Nuclear. Ezreal, Kai'Sa, Sivir, Zion. Anyhow. Is it a fair point to make? Well, Battle, Monster, Alistar. Small champion pool? Maybe. Probably not. I feel like that one could be the IG of last year. I think this is the biggest point I want to make. I think Naguri could have the shy, like at the shy level performance at this tournament. I think Korea is ahead on top lane meta. And Showmaker is a fantastic laner. I think a big strength is Coach Kim. IG 2018, IG Longzone 2017. Top laners are always his teams with the top laners are always really fucking insane. I have a lot of faith in this man. How is Korea ahead on top lane meta when all they play is Aatrox? Not really. That's not true. Close to no. Honestly, can't call him God. What if I play him in the future? Fucking. Honestly, I think this is a really big deal. Every team that Coach Kim has ever worked with, the top laner is an absolute fucking monster. Khan didn't perform so well internationally, but regionally he was a motherfucking monster, and that was that Longzhu roster. IG, the same, with the shy. Every Coach Kim team knows how to snowball through top. And that's just the Damwon way. I am much more excited about Damwon than I am about some of the other teams, because I think they've actively tried to improve their mid game. Yeah. Honestly, I want to put Damwon as number 4. Damwon number 4, RNG number 5. I mean Fnatic number 5. Thank you so much. Welcome to the bench. Dig big Bandito. Please make some noise. Make some motherfucking noise. 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 Zazazu. Zazazu. Make some other noise. Zazazu. Beep boop 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 boop. Beep, beep, boop, 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 boop. Okay. What do we do next? IG. Ooh. The Shy. Okay. Jackie Love. World champions for a reason. Rookie had personal issues. Mean performance in the toilet. Baolan very inconsistent. Rookie far from form. Showed glimpses in. Games versus top. Rookie had to go home now, and they play with the sub. So honestly, I think the Shy becomes coin flip based off of what is going on within his team. So the Shy is what my big regret in terms of my top 20. I probably should have rated him much higher, because I think the Shy becomes coin flip in a lot of scenarios where he doesn't think his team can win. And I think the variance of the Shy really correlates with the level of IG. So when his team is doing much better, then IG, like the Shy, is also consistently doing better. Because when IG was a very strong team, was he coin flip at all during the World Championship? I honestly believe it's strictly based off of what's going on in the team, and he's just trying to pull some shit out of a rabbit's hat whenever things are going bad, you know? So, honestly, the Shy is my big top 20 regret. I want to put him higher. I don't think he's coin flip. Like, I understand where the sentiment comes from, but I think he runs it down when his team runs it down. And there's been occasions where he ran it down without his team running down, sure. But when IG is good, I think the Shy also is good with it. And I don't think there's ever been a scenario where IG was really good and the Shy was a big problem. Your thoughts on Leon? Honestly, I very little opinion of Leon. Honestly, I watch the series and I'm just looking at Rookie and the Shy and Jackie Love and what they're doing. Jackie Love had a decent summer. The BS his team went through. So it's weird. I don't have a strong opinion of Leon, so I don't want to I don't want to make assessments because I don't have enough an opinion. Rift Rivals is very important in Asia. Rift Rivals is a very legit tournament. And trust me, if NA could perform better than they did, EU versus NA would also take it very seriously. But that was a complete shit stomp from EU. Worst case, don't get out of groups. Best case, win worlds. Honestly, like it's rough because honestly, it's sad because Ning rookie 2v2 mid in prime was best I've ever seen. Ning was always garbage, that's not true. He was very inconsistent, but he had games where he was absolutely crazy. Like the finals. You wanna look at the finals between IG and Fnatic? You're forgetting Dandy and Pawn. Am I? Yo, Yamato, this works for every team. Yeah, but there's a part of me that believes this. I have a hard time believing Team Liquid wins Worlds, but I can see a place where IG win Worlds. As just individually at peak form, Rookie and the Shy make great players look like poor players. I feel like this is the biggest strength. Can you give a short opinion on Knight? I think Knight is good, but a bit overrated. I was not impressed by him in the best of 5 against IG. Yamato Blitz Jungle. Welcome back! You were here during yesterday's stream. Good for you, man. How do we continue? Dio. Very consistent team. I would bet money on TL to win every time against team that is weaker. But this is also their weakness. don't do anything out of the ordinary to break apart teams above them. Seems to always be copies of other teams in more successful regions. Last year, RNG. What about Sona Tamkench? That's out of the ordinary. Yeah, but where did it come from? TL are the worst team from NA? Really not true. Strength of Core JJ is, I mean, strength of Teal Lickers is Core JJ. Is fantastic. And is great, engages, strong laner, overall great support. So this the Shai, Naguri, Wunda, Pingun. It's just my biggest problem here is whenever they play against these specific teams, these players are just going to devour them. You don't think Jensen's good versus world-class mids? No. Please don't underrate Incarnation or he will DDoS you. Double lift is a non-factor internationally over and over again. Well, sadly, I don't think it's wrong to blame double lift for that, Because honestly, Doublelift was never really like a big liability in bot. You know, he was never outmatched. He was matching the enemy, and that just was never enough for Team Liquid. And they needed Doublelift to stomp the enemy to win games, and that's just not possible when you're playing against the best of the best. I can't imagine a world where you can come into a tournament and your expectation is that your bot lane is going to stomp. The common factor of all those teams that failed internationally is Doublelift. Doublelift is a good player. What do you think of Tia's obsession with Sona? It's a free win for them in NA. It worked. So basically, of course, I think Doublelift is worse than like Viper, Teddy, Jackie Uzi, Perks, Reckless. Well, he's not going to be a problem, you know, as much as I believe in the other roles. How do you beat Sona? Well, your support needs to... It's a melee champion that needs to farm. And melee champions that need to farm have a big problem against champions that can all-in. So basically, let's say you play Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank has been buffed. It's very good, but because you can push very easily against Sona Taric, and then you can hook under the turret because the Taric needs to farm. You're insanely underestimating Doublelift. How am I underestimating Doublelift here? I'm saying that he was not the problem of any past World Championship runs that Doublelift has had. Saying that he was the problem is maybe in the really old ones that I can't remember. But last year, for example, he was not a problem. And I think when it comes to Doublelift, for example, last year, he's laning with Ole, and Ole was choking pretty hard. You know, his support benched himself. That's like crazy. You know, you're at the World Championship and your support benches himself. You just know, you're thinking in your mind, yeah, we're just looking forward to the next World Championship. I'm going to kick this guy. And then he gets Code JJ, you know? MSI was fantastic. Core JJ and Doublelift did really, really well at MSI. Doublelift sucks is really, really not true. He was irrelevant last World. Team Liquid was just irrelevant. You can't have an AD carry to carry at this point. He's not good enough to carry against the best of the best AD carries alone. It's just not how the game works. It's just really not how the game works. You're saying Doublelift was relevant last year? Whole team was irrelevant. How can you put that on Doublelift? Just because he's the biggest player on the team, the player that gets spoken about the most, he's going to get all the blame, right? But Doublelift at the end of the day is a professional, right? He's playing on a professional team, and he has to have the expectation of playing with the same players. He had Pobelter in mid lane, he had Ole in support role. It was just, he's not going to win the World Championship with these players. I think Perks, Reckless, Uzi, Teddy, Viper, LWX, like the top tier AD carries, I think they are, like Doublelift is just right below them. You know? Doublelift is right below them. And it's not significant enough. You know, it's not significant enough to matter. Like, Doublelift is not going to be a problem. That's my point. He's not going to be a problem. You have Doublelift on the team, he's not going to be a problem. You come into the tournament, he's not going to be a problem. As hard as I believe these other three players are going to be. So I'm giving Doublelift props here. Because honestly, he's very, very consistent, has super, super good form. He is very, very strong in terms of laning. And honestly, I think if Doublelift if Doublelift played, let's say Doublelift came to Europe, yeah? Let's say Doublelift came to Europe, maybe Doublelift would become one of the best AD carries in the world. He is, right? He's minimum top 10, minimum. Maybe there's some Chinese AD carries that are better, but you know, the list of Chinese AD carries is just crazy. It's absolutely nuts, right? How many AD carries are good in China. So it's a bit unfair. But maybe if Doublelift came to Europe, he would go to the next level, you know? I think playing with Koi JJ has put him to the next level, you know? NA ADCs are better than Chinese ADCs aside from Uzi. So, you want to get banned or what? Jesus Christ, that is a disgusting opinion. No offense. That literally makes me sick. Not even the NA AD carries are gonna agree with you. Chinese AD carries are fucking insane, man. Even RNG's bench ADC Wink, he's really good, really insanely good. Maple Street would shit on Jackie Love. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna ban anyone for choice of words or opinions. Honestly, this is free speech zone. Probably the last one left in the world. So, the components of becoming a great ADC is playing in a great region, a good region, a competitive region, and playing with a great support. Doublelift, playing with Core JJ, level them up. Maybe if Doublelift goes to a different region, maybe comes to Europe, all of a sudden he levels up and becomes a whole another level of AD carry. With that being said, I think we can leave the topic. I think I am rating him fairly. I'm not saying anything bad about Doublelift. Last year, I don't think Doublelift was a problem. I think at MSI, honestly, the series, the series against IG, Core JJ and Doublelift smurfed. They hard smurfed. You guys sent best bot lane in the West and they crashed and burned versus NA ADCs. EU ADCs are so overrated, Kobe wouldn't do anything in NA. What are you talking about? To be honest, EU never really had legend ADCs apart from Reckless. Well, it doesn't matter about the past, it's about the now. Right now, there's a lot of good AD carries in Europe. You have Upset, you have Reckless, you have Porks, there's Attila, there is a pool of good ADCs, you know? It's not necessarily about the ADCs as well. There's Forgiven, whatever. There's Sven, Hansama. There's a lot of good ADCs. I can't even mention the ADCs that are playing over in North America. Who's playing? Who's ADC in North America? Cody Sun, Sneaky, Sven, Wild Turtle. You know, it's not necessarily only about I should have phrased myself differently. It's not necessarily only about the ADC role. It's just the teams are better in general, you know? Teams in general just better. Because honestly, there's a lot of AD carries that are good that have gone to North America and just become worse. So like, Bang is a shadow of himself. Sven, also his performance dipped when going to North America. So even that is evidence that AD carries that are playing in North America are getting worse. So imagine Doublelift is still competing and he's playing in this region while everyone around him is just becoming worse. I would love to see Doublelift in a different region. I would love to see Doublelift in a different region. I think it would improve him. I agree with Sven, but I thought Bang looked good. Like, sure, he looked good. But Sven also occasionally looked good, but I don't know. Did you see how Imp got much better once he left NA? Imp was in NA? When was Imp in NA? Imp was in NA? What? No, what are you talking about? Wrong laners. If you have an off day, TL will fuck you. So this is the biggest strength of Team Liquid. In a tournament where so many teams have a lot of variance, a team like Team Liquid can definitely demolish these teams. So basically, my main point here about Team Liquid is we've talked about how our IG, we don't know what's going to happen. G2, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen with Damwon. There's a lot of question marks here, right? Three big teams that have a lot of question marks. If you have an off day against Team Liquid, they will not fuck around. They're going to win the game. And that's a massive strength in a tournament where you have teams that have a lot of variance. But against the more consistent teams, for example, Team Liquid against RNG, it's hard for me to imagine Team Liquid beating RNG. Because RNG are consistently here, right? Honestly, if Xiaohu ints, if Ming ints, then yeah, TL will fuck you too. SKT, FPX is a better example. SKT have a very consistent performance. I can't see a world where Team Liquid will beat a team like SKT, right? MSI versus IG. This series, honestly, CoreJJ, let's see highlight reel. IG versus TL BO5 highlights. Let's look at some highlights. This is some high level analysis right here.
This is
33 minutes.
Ooh, hold that. Take control of this area. I like the vision that they
Okay, imagine people were telling me, oh, Impact played so good in the series. Get solo killed by the Shy. Jackie Love Flash in lane. Good stuff, good stuff. Sivir Brom versus Kaiser and...
They could try and bait here with the ultimate.
Impact gets himself away. Ming going in though, jumping to safety. TP coming in from TL. They really want to make a play out of this one. Jensen.
Oh yeah, holy shit. Is this the play?
Now chasing to get behind them. Invictus Gaming trying to get Ning away. He's going to be two, and it is a 2 for Z. Jensen goes into the stopwatch, keeping himself in good enough shape. Now chasing further after Rookie.
Holy rookie.
But Jensen's not able to find.
And that is CoreJJ coming in with the shield, knocking the shit out of Rookie.
Recall and comes to help.
His way into the fight.
This is a huge swing in momentum for Team Liquid. Top side.
Yeah, that was okay. People were trying to tell me that Impact was so fucking good this series. I see that he's 50 CS down with AD Nico, by the way. It's a great series, you know. He's keeping the enemy team in the game right here. Oh yeah, this one. Oh my god. This is, look at this. Look at this rookie. Ooh! Ooh! Look at rookie. Look at rookie. Look at rookie. Jesus Maria. Jesus. Look at this. Look at this. Oh. Boom. Look at this. Look at that, man. Look. We're supposed to explore some Team Liquid, but look at the fucking gems we're finding here, man. Ooh. Breakneck speed. Best Syndra play I've ever seen in my life. Look at rookie covers rookie face cam. Oh, Impact dying again. Why? You're such a rock, man. What happened? Everyone told me that Impact was so good. And this final here, or the semi-final, sorry. Alright. Go JJ. We got the team fight. Boom. Jakilov on Kaiser. Big mistake, Team Liquid. That they will have to pay for. Okay. Boom. Impact with the crazy ultimate. Honestly, here Team Liquid had just a really shitty bot lane matchup. This is a bot lane matchup that should not be picked. Okay, Xmethy with the Michael Jarvan. Michael Jarvan survives. And then Ning runs it down. Runs it down. Loves to run it down. Okay, nice exhaust. Core JJ smurfing. Core JJ smurfing as always. Okay. Balan knocking heads. Xmethy. The tank is Jarvan you'll ever see. And this is the one that everyone's so hyped about, right? Impact with the ult. This is the one that everyone was so hyped about. You know, is Impact playing good here, or is the enemy team just running it down? So this is how you rate a player, you know? You rate a player's performance based off of this, his E, his ability to throw one spell. They all ran into it. IG was running it down. It's not difficult to throw this E. Honestly. He's aiming for one person. Everyone's like, oh, I need to catch it. Look at the Shy holding on for their life. Actually, Salas is playing with fucking Alistar ult. It's the freest game of your life, man. I didn't even realize. I'm not saying you're not wrong on that impact play, but your general view on NA is that NA does good, enemy team running it down. What do you mean? IG not being able to convert this into a victory is a big problem. They didn't play good. Team Liquid punished very, very hard any type of mistake that they made. I've been saying a lot of good things about Team Liquid, and there's this opinion that, oh, he's always talking shit about NA, but it's just, I have no beef or problem with North America. I just call it as I see it, and that just happens to be that I don't think North America is that great in a lot of the tournaments. That just happens to be my opinion. It's the same when I called that C9 will go 0-6 in the group. I called C9 to go 0-6 in the group. They won 2 games and then they won 0-4 and they didn't get out of the group. And people were just looking at the scoreline and saying, oh, Yamato, you said 0-6 but they went 2-4. Well, come on. Brother, they didn't get out of groups. And they had this cheeky strategy, you know, that eventually put them in place. Yeah, they had this strategy with Azir and Tristana. They were pushing mid. Oh my goodness, you know. it was not a great result. Right? I didn't do any prediction because C9 was in my group. Obviously, I thought we would beat C9, but we didn't. Right? Because once again, I think C9 is cut from the same cloth. If you drop the ball, they're going to win. Because we dropped the ball heavily against them. When C9 swept Africa, according to Ellis, it's because Africa played really bad. Well, C9 did some good things there. They had good pace, they had some good lane phases, but Africa had no idea how to draft, they had no idea how to play the game. And to not mention that is a fucking travesty to what is the League of Legends, you know, like everyone's fucking philosophy about the game. Keen played the game in the Africa series, and Africa just had a lot of problems in that tournament. They were very confused. Their bot lane didn't know anything about the matchups, and that was a big problem. They thought they could deal with Lucian Braum, and they couldn't. And Keen was smurfing. Dude, but you can't keep coming up with excuses for fucking teams that lose to NA teams. Well, even the game that we lost against C9, we were super far ahead. We threw the game super hard. There's nothing... it's like they are punishing our mistakes. It's just a fact. The game where Jizuke was playing LeBlanc, he was an absolute monster. And I value being able to take initiative much higher than being able to punish someone's dumbass mistakes. It is a big difference here. In this particular game, if my top laner, or if a top laner is solo killing enemy top and he's playing AD fucking Nico, he deserves to lose the game. That's just the case, you know? Didn't C9 throw the first game in the groups versus Vitality? No, we threw very hard. We threw super hard. We threw super hard. One team punishing the other's mistake, but at the highest level it isn't. At the highest level it isn't. That's just the case. Why do you value initiative higher than punishing mistakes? Because punishing mistakes doesn't require that much effort. You know? It doesn't require much effort. If you're relying on the enemy to fuck up, honestly, you are not putting yourself in a position to win. You know why IG1 Worlds? Because they were so freaking proactive. You know why we managed to beat RNG when they were heralded as one of the better teams? Because we are very proactive in our play. Very proactive. There's a big advantage with being proactive. Because you dictate. It means you dictate. Imagine you're in a position where you're man against man, right? And you put your faith in the enemy fucking up to win, right? That's a problem. If the enemy doesn't make mistakes, where are you? Where are you? You're sitting. You're sitting, you're pulling your pants down for them, yeah? So I'm generally really tired of hearing this, that I'm hating North America or something, you know? I made a very brash statement, you know? I made a very heavy statement, 2015 at the World Championship, saying C9 will go 0-0-6. They didn't, but they didn't get out the groups. In best of ones, there's some variance, right? It's best of ones. So anything might happen. Fnatic, I cannot predict that Fnatic are going to pick Yasuo into Darius and just troll. Because that's super troll, right? It's super troll to pick Yasuo into Darius. I can't predict that. I cannot. And then they had a good strategy with the Tristana, Azir that the enemy team couldn't deal with because they didn't have any engage and they managed to get away with it in best of ones. Then afterwards, every team was like, yeah, they only played this and then they don't do anything else. We banned this out and all of a sudden they look like the team that I predicted them to be. People are try to be very clever with the fact, oh, look, they won a game or two. Fantastic, yeah? My point was still that they're not going to get out of groups. And sure, I went 0-6. It's like me calling 06, sure. I was wrong in that, but my point still stands that they were not looking like a great team. I thought AHQ and AHQ, Fnatic, and IG, I thought they were looking like better teams in that group. You know? Fnatic, IG, AHQ, in my eyes, looked like the better team. And if I think the other three teams look better than the team that I'm discussing, then, you know, 06 is a fair assessment to make if I'm forced to make that judgment call, you know? If I'm forced, Navarda, make some noise. Welcome to the gang. You're benched. You're a substitute now. Thank you. And sure, there's been times where I memed on Twitter about NA, but that's just memes. I don't hate NA in any way. If Doublelift played for a European team, would he be the best ADCU like Sven was? Well, maybe. I think Doublelift in a different region, he brings CoreJJ with him. I think he could be top tier. But it's hard for me to rate him above any of the other ADs that I have an eye open for, because he is the best AD in North America. He's playing on Team Liquid, you know? If he played in EU with CoreJJ, what would happen? You know? Could be interesting. Doublelift could be great. Anyway, I brought up this because I wanted to see. Oh yeah, this Doublelift played fucking good, man. Did he? That was the wrong fight. Oh, the CoreJJ even leading them outside of the game. Okay, I just want to see what happens in that bot lane. Doublelift on Vayne, a classic. Oh, look at that 2v2 top lane. Yeah, I was told that the performance of Impact was insane. Look at that. Doublelift, CoreJJ, playing against the most OP champion in the game. Oh, look at that dive in, man. Juicy lane phase here by Team Liquid. Love it. They tanked the gank. Oh, Jackie Love dies. Holy shit. Doublelift CoreJJ played so fucking good this series. Rookie TP's bot and gets nothing. Oh, they get a Jensen. Rest in pepperonis. Boom. Xmithy also played really well this series, honestly. Okay, they broke his neck. Okay, I just want to see the highlight from bot. Oh, is this the Oriole that's so good? Boom. Good Oriole. Doesn't matter though. Boom. Look at the Smithy and TL winning the game. Oh, Smithy died. Anyway. Anyway, we move on. I can't even remember. I think the series he played good. Smithy, honestly. I think so. Perks double lift, I think Perks is much better. Okay, so if you have an off day, TL will fuck you. But if you're on paper better than them and you have a good day, you'll win against Team Liquid every time. Thing is, when you play against the best analogy I would have for Team Liquid is like they are a piece of bread, you know? When you're hungry, it will, and all the stores and everything is collapsing around you, it will keep you fed, but you know, there is it's not the most interesting thing to eat. So the comparison will be like they are the team that will perform, let's say they perform a 7 out of 10 all the time. I think like IG and G2 can be like a 2 out of 10 or like IG maybe 9 out of 10 and then G2 can be 10 out of 10, right? So it's like they're gonna be there to screw you over if you have a bad performance, right? But the variance in play is also an implied strength as well, you know? So like bread will keep you fed. It's a safe thing, you know? Like there's nothing wrong with bread. There's nothing wrong with bread. Eat it. Eat it on stream. I will eat bread later. So honestly, consideration here. I think G2 will be strong. Oh, G2 is my number one team. So I agree with you. I've never had bread fuck me on an off day. Okay. SKT is second place. SK Telecom. FunPlus Phoenix. Fnatic 5. Damwon 4. Coach gone. So it's weird about CV Max because my impression was that this guy did so fucking much for this team. Honestly, he put these guys on the map. He came into the gaming house and he beat everyone in 1v1 and said, "Hey guys, you can do better than this." And he built them up, and this team is regarded as the most like mechanically they can pop off. People like to say that, oh, they are choking in playoffs. Choking, yes, versus Gen G 2018. Please put the vote when you finish so I can watch the rest. Love your work. Of course, of course. For you, what's Tuga? Of course. It's going to be on YouTube. You're going to give me that view money. You're going to like. You're going to subscribe. You are... you're in it, you know? This is not orange juice, this is carrot juice. See that shit? What cut the note? Don't worry. You know how fucking healthy carrot juice is, man. Are you casting worlds? No. Ashton Kutcher, when preparing for the Steve Jobs role, drank carrot juice and it gave him pancreatitis? ASMR. I'm in your bank, stealing your money. I'm in your fridge, stealing your bread. Do you think Griffin chokes or do they just lose to better teams? Summer split, they lost to a better team, better SKT. 2018 against Genji. That's Albert Einstein drank carrot juice and it made his cock grow 3 inches. Nice. Yeah, Sword was pretty bad. Can you zoom up and give a recap of each team so far? Or you can open the VOD. Griffin can definitely get out of the groups. I think Griffin will still beat Cloud9. Even in their worst form, they beat down bad teams. Damwon, you can't say the same. What do you think of Ellis World's top 20 players list? Just seems like he's valuing mechanical ability over anything. And I don't think that's the most important aspect of World Championship. So Cloud9, I know the least about Cloud9 because Cloud9, honestly, what they've managed to accomplish with their roster is really insane every year. I credit that to Reaper, that he manages to make the most out of his roster. Svenskeren has really good form. He's really, really good. Niski is a good team player. I feel like he's similar to Nemesis in that regard. Quite solid. I think a big positive here is Reaper. Always gets the most out of his players. Gets a lot out of his players. Svenskeren form, tough group though, Tarzan and Jankos. Niski, serviceable and solid, reminds me of Nemesis. Bottom, liability. I think they're both. And I see, for example, just players world what the level does not match the top teams this tournament. Lakers got bullied by Cabo as well in counter matchup. Spy, Kobe, Noshkeren, the liability, lane phase, just top tier, well, it might be. I think Xerxes as a player is very interesting because he has, during certain points in time, he's had ways of being very, very creative, you know? He plays unique champions, unique paths. He's very independent in his way of thinking about jungle. How the fuck do you spell Vichichachi? That's my best attempt. Vichichachi is like a Bippo, but he doesn't play the counter matchups that well. Holy, we almost have 2,000 viewers, man. There was a time where I was streaming for 20 people, man. And he is bread. Oh man. Thank you so much for watching, guys. You are the best. That's it's incredible. There were also times when you slept on stream. I've actually slept on streams multiple times. You guys are the best. No you, no you, no you. Thank you so much for coming, guys. Do not deal with variance so well. Xerxes and cover can carry. Humanoid, very inconsistent, tied to what champions he plays. Kali Kiana seems good. Rest a bit problematic at times. Play-ins will be very nutritious, and Pete Dunn is very experienced in preparing against teams, which is strength coming into Worlds, because you play teams you don't know. Okay. If there is 1,000,000 viewers, I'm one of them. If there is 10 viewers, I'm one of them. If there is 1 viewer, I'm one of them. If there are no viewers, I'm no longer on Earth. If Earth is against YamatoCannon, I'm against World. Wow. Inexperience. Worlds. Wow. That's very nice, guys. I share with you my bread. I share with you my bread. Can Splice get out of Group D? Group D? Doubt it. Honestly, I know very little about CG. Yo, H2P Matteo Colo. Think I'm a fucking circus animal or what? Do a backflip, bro. Okay. So what team do we miss? G2, SKT, FPX, Fnatic, RNG, Damwon, IG, Team Liquid, Griffin, C9, Spy, CG. Okay, so we need to give these bad boys numbers. We need to give them numbers. AHQ, I know too little about LMS. I'm going to trust my people. That this list has been made without knowing about LMS and Gigabyte Marines. GAM LMS is excluded because I do not know anything about them. If they win world, I predicted this. And no one else knew. Okay. So we have how many teams? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 teams. 12 teams. Honestly, I think C9 gets a 10. Spy gets an 11. And then CG12. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Put RNG on 6, then IG on 7, and then Team Liquid on 8. And then Griffin on 9. Honestly, Griffin could end up winning it all, TL won't. Sure, honestly, it's so hard for me to believe. So G2 is first, SKT is second, FPX, then that one is fourth, Fnatic is fifth, RNG is sixth, IG seventh, Team Liquid eighth. I could potentially do this, seventh, and then IG eighth. C9 over Fnatic? No. playlist. Like, there's not been a single song or any music at all, and you write exclamation mark playlist. I haven't played a single song besides Sea Shanty on this entire stream. And you write playlist. Oh man, that's...